Welcome back, everybody. I finally got a hold of this Armattan Chameleon TI. It came just yesterday, and I thought I'd do a quick build video just on the frame and give you also my thoughts on the frame. This frame comes with a lifetime guarantee on all of the components, as far as I understand. That's an impressive feat for something that does what it's supposed to do. You have to give Armattan some credit for that. All the pieces were packaged pretty well. It came with extra screws here and there and extra pieces here and there. I can't help but notice that Armattan decided to skip the fancy bolts that they were putting there. They were supplying with the rooster and they went back to the normal button head bolts. It's probably a good idea considering the problems that it caused them. This frame literally went together in moments. The titanium cage that comes with it is identical to the one that's on the rooster. It comes with a little spacer just so that it fits, because on the rooster there's the bottom plate and then there's arms that go on top, so that's a wider gap. So on the Chameleon TI they chose to just use the same titanium cage for the camera and give you a little spacer to fill that space. I understand the logic to this. It would be expensive to manufacture because those titanium pieces are not easy to manufacture. I can guarantee you that. Camera mount does have the same limitations as the rooster. If you want to experiment with lower camera angles, which seems to be a trend right now in acro flying, and it's something I've been experimenting with various success anyway, it does limit your options. There are some ways that you can mount if you mount the camera on the higher screw and all of that, and that's fine if that's something you want to deal with. But if you just want to have a frame that you can experiment with that way, this might not be the best option. Consider maybe the original Chameleon. The width on this is identical also to the rooster. If you plan to use a Predator mini style camera on this, remember that there's going to be about a 0.5 millimeter gap that you have to fill with some type of washer. It works pretty perfectly with the Swift style, the Runcam Swift style mini cameras. Those fit perfectly in there. I don't know why I bother putting these on. They look really nice when you get it put together, but they just come off after a couple crashes, but I'm not going to argue that point. The instructions are very clear. There's nothing magical about building this frame. It also doesn't have any sunken nuts that you're supposed to figure out how to press in or hammer in or whatever. Also, since it's a unibody, obviously it doesn't have any problems with the arms moving. Although I'm in disagreement with people that think that the arm movement on the rooster was an issue. The way on the back here, what they've done with the Chameleon is the same, or the Chameleon TI is the same as what they've done on the rooster. The Vtx Mount is a rubber piece that's pressed into the carbon fiber, surrounded by nylon washers, and then you're supposed to crunch that together. I've had issues with that on the rooster. If you get it tight enough to where the antenna doesn't move very much, it can cut the rubber washer. I honestly just am not a fan. I like the original Chameleon's, the mount that was in the aluminum that came with it. The TBS Unify was designed to go on there. I've used my Tramp successfully too, with just a little bit of dremeling on the pigtail, so it goes in there just perfectly. Then you can tighten everything as much as you want. You don't have to worry about it spinning in there. The antenna mounts on here also are an issue with me. I've been called out on both of these in previous videos that were regarding the rooster, but I still think they're an inferior design to the original Chameleon. Recently on my original Chameleon, I did break an arm. I was talking earlier that I don't usually do that, but I did manage to break one of the arms on my original Chameleon, so I'm going to transfer the electronics to this Chameleon TI and go fly it. Truthfully, I just want to get it together and have some fun with it, because I think it's going to be a very robust, fun, just basic quad to go fly around. Part of the intention of this video is to give you a visual guide in which if you have trouble assembling anything on this frame, you can refer to this. Honestly though, there's really nothing complicated about it. It's a very nice, easy build. I feel compelled, however, to point out that one of the things that they say in their advertising is that all you are going to need is the 2mm wrench to work on this thing. And that works great, and yeah, compared to the original Chameleon, which had a lot of 1.5mm screws on it, that is true. But it's not true when you get to the camera mount. It's also not true depending on what type of screws you have holding your motors in. I don't want to take this as a bad point. I carry all of these wrenches anyway. It's just something I just felt like I had to point out. One thing I like about this frame over the Rooster is the fact that how the arms mount in there does not interfere with your ability to put electronics inside. It's just a nice flat surface like the original Chameleon. That's a byproduct of having a unibody frame. I've always thought that the 3M foam that they supply with these frames is really nice. It gives it a quality feel. It's a quality foam. It actually isolates the battery from the frame a little bit. It isolates the GoPro from the frame a little bit. It really is a nice touch. There's the bar that actually impedes the camera movement. If you want to have a low camera angle, this probably isn't the frame for you, because if you take that out of there, you're going to have some issues as far as the durability of the frame and the robustness of that frame. With that piece in there, I can tell you, as somebody that's studied structural engineer, that it's going to be really difficult to bend that frame and damage your camera. Although I did see a video that it is possible. I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.